So you've created your character. We went through all the cutscenes and everything, and now this is your training scenario. And so we just follow the training scenario. You'll notice in a minute I'll have multiple combatants. And you'll notice if I keep them together, because I'm using a slash, I'll get both of them at the same time. See that? That was not a special attack. That's just a regular attack with the sword. If they're in the same area, you're considered a follow-through. In this game, you can swim. That means also you can drown. I don't know if you can dive under the water or not. I forget. There's our little X, our two axes with the 1 point. We'll keep following that. When you come in, there'll be a bag on your left. The first thing you want to do, hit your tab key, open up, double click. Whichever one you put on first becomes your number 1 key. The second one is your number 2 key. So now if I hit my number 1 key, I have the spear. If I hit my number 2 key, I have my bow. You'll have to set this up inside your hotkey settings. But there's one if you hold it. I forget which one that is. And let me go here and see which key I'm looking for. Right mouse function. Here, aim. Sometimes this does not set up, so you have to do that ahead of time, otherwise it will not work. Aim, you're not actually targeting the enemy. What aim does is, if you'll notice, when I hold down that mouse button, alright, it center locks and I'm able to add more precision to my shot. Calculating for drop. See? You got to calculate for the drop of the arrow. Or your missile or whatever that you're using. Spells, of course, have a shorter range. Staves have a shorter range than bows. But then I can just do this as well. But you see, I can fire faster, but it's not as precise. My hands shake. Okay. Now, what this does is it allows you to do headshots. A headshot does more damage than a body shot. Case in point. If I shoot him in the body, I'll probably do about half damage. See how much less damage I do? Alright. So, this is one reason I like the bow or the musket. Because you can do those headshots and extend your range. That's my number 3 key. That's my number 4 key. You can see them down here. 3 key, 4 key. See, that only took 3 shots compared to 6 or so for the other one. It takes a little bit longer, but you're doing a lot more damage. I wished I could kill that bloody parrot. Again, here, if you're doing melee, then this is just headshot. Come on, where's his head? He's got his back turned to me. That's what's going on. There's the other one. Headshot. Headshot. I love the headshot. Now also this, if you have both weapons mounted, then what's going to happen is it's going to be splitting your experience. So like if I use the bow, for every, say, 12 points that I get toward my bow advance, I'm going to get a little bit toward the spear. But I will lose some of that for the bow. So what I'm going to do in the beginning, because I'm only going to be using my bow initially, is I'm going to mount it, and I'm not going to mount my spear. This way I'm getting maximum points toward my bow. See, I've not used the spear at all, but it gave me points because it was there. And so I lost that point toward my spear, toward my bow. I don't want to use this one. I'm going to use this one. Yeah, that's the one I do want to use. Let's see. So I want to use that one. That one. See, the thing is, I want to get to this one. It will not let me unlock it till I get to this tier level. So my next point that I get will allow me to unlock that one. No control over this. you can see in the upper left corner, that's my latency, my back count, my kilobytes up and down. On the right hand side is my frames per second and my sync GPU. Okay, so once we get into the game, since we have everything set for moderate to begin with, then you can tweak those in those settings to improve your gameplay, up your FPS, whatever. Now this next one, we want to change our weapons, and we're going to go to spear, because this next one is basically a melee or a magic it's close quarters. You cannot kill him. It's just a sequence you got to go through. He's going to pull you over. If you watch his health,
I feel your blessings surge within
there.
me.
Now he's just going to heal up.
Glory will be ours. Pathetic.
Oops, I didn't move quick enough. Now at this point he's just going to beat the snot out of you, so you might as well get in a few jabs. A few slashes, whatever. And I'm bypassing a lot of the cutscenes just for time.